Hey guys, welcome back to Math It Up with TJ. In this video, we're going to talk about how to multiply decimals. Now, multiplying decimals have very different rules than adding and subtracting decimals. Okay, we got three simple steps here. First thing we're going to do is we're going to multiply these numbers as if they're whole numbers. So we're just going to ignore the decimal points. So in our first example, we've got 0.45 times 0.8. And if we ignore those decimal points, we've just got 45 times 8. So I'm going to come over here and we're going to do 45 times 8. Now before we do that, okay, step 2 tells us to count the decimal places. And what that means is we're going to count how many total numbers in both of our numbers are to the right of the decimal. So in 0.45, we've got 1, 2 numbers behind the decimal, and in 0.8 we've got 1 number behind the decimal. And when we add those up, we get 3 total numbers that's behind our decimal. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to note that because we're going to use that at the very end. So let's go ahead and multiply these numbers out as if they're whole numbers, ignoring the decimal point. We've got 8 times 5 is 40, carry the 4. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 4 is 36. So we get 360. Now our last step is we're going to place that decimal back into our product. And we're going to go 3 decimal places because that's how many numbers we counted in our original problem. So we're going to start here on the right and we're going to move our decimal point 3 places to the left. 1, 2, 3. And that's going to make our final answer 0.36 or 36 hundredths. Let's look at our second example. We're going to multiply once again as if they're whole numbers. So I've got 2.04 and I've got 0.54. I'm going to multiply this as if it's 204 times 54. Ignore the decimal points. So we're going to do 204. And we're going to do times 54. Now, before we do that again, I need to count how many total decimal places are to the right of my decimal in both numbers. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 total numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right of my decimal. So we're going to come down here. And I'm going to just notate that. I'm going to put 4 because at the very end, when we get our product, we're going to put that decimal back 4 places to the left. So let's multiply this out. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 0 is 0. Plus 1 is 1. 4 times 2 is 8. We're going to put our placeholder. I usually put an X there. 5 times 4 is 20. I'm running out of space here. 5 times 0 is 0, plus 2 is 2, and 5 times 2 is 10. When we add these together, we're going to get 6, 1, 10, carry that 1 there, 1, and 1. Now we're going to come back and we're going to put that decimal 4 places to the left. Remember, that's how many total numbers was to the right of my decimals. So I'm going to start in the right, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So my final answer is going to be 1.1016. And that's how we multiply decimals. Thanks for watching. Be sure to stay tuned because in the next video, we're going to talk about how to divide decimals. I'll see you in the next lesson.